Hi and welcome to my playhouse. And today we're gonna be, well, somewhat in the bunker. I was actually just going down here to water the flowers. That's a lie, of course. I was gonna go down here and get my dehumidifier because I've gotten some parts for it. So I think we can improve on it because there's really no reason for the dehumidifier to run 24/7. And it doesn't turn on and off by itself. So I'm hoping that we can improve on that. So yeah, let's go in. So we're in the bunker. I am amazed this is still on. So the switch has been on since I was down here last. It hasn't even turned off because of low power or anything. That is a surprise. I brought I'm not sure if this works. It's a tiny keyboard, but I wanted to try and see if I could use this keyboard. Yeah, I'm gonna charge it up. It's an old one, but it would be very cool to have a tiny little keyboard with these tiny little machines. And I only had this. Well, it's a sponsored power cable, clearly, that I got on some fair, but well, sometimes you get something that is sponsored and it works well enough, even though. So yeah, we'll charge that up and I'll get to try that later. Also brought a power supply. You know, when you climb through that little tiny hole, you want to bring stuff forth and back so that you don't have to go in and out of here too often. So the dehumidifier is right there, and it has a power on off, and it just has this power cable going in, and that is actually 9 volts. So I haven't had it on, so there's not really any water in it. So we're gonna bring that out of here, and we are also gonna take the power supply with us. Is over here in the all powers. That is not on. That is 220 volts. As long as the all powers power station is running DC, it lasts for a very long time. And as soon as it's gonna run AC, it doesn't run nearly as long. So yeah, there is that. I can see that's 3 watts going. That's 3 watts coming in. I placed a tiny little solar panel on the roof of my of the data center actually, and that is putting a little bit of power in. We could try and disconnect it. It might be messing with me. I have seen that before. So now it shows that 2 watts are going out. And let's try and connect this again, and it's at 99%. Let's check if it 1 watt, 7 watt. Okay, so a little bit more is coming in, so it was more or less just balancing out the cells. 5 watts, yeah, it's not a lot that is up there, but yeah, I'm amazed that it's still on. Okay, we're gonna take the dehumidifier with us out of here. Okay, we moved into the living room. So here is the dehumidifier, and I don't think there's a lot of room inside of it. It seems like it's there might be a bit of room here. First issue with this thing is that you power it and then you have to power it on for it to turn on, which is not a great thing, because I have purchased this humidity controller, which means that this can measure the humidity, and with this sensor here, that one, you power it with these wires, red and black, and then you get some kind of output out through these wires. I haven't actually been able to figure out how they do that, but we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna power it, and then we're gonna give it some humidity and put up and down. But it when it then turns this thing on and off, it needs to come on by itself and not need to be pressed the button. That's just annoying, right? So we need to bypass this otherwise nice switchy thing. Then another thing, this thing runs on 9 volts, 2.5 amps. So that is also not great. We need it to be running on 12 volt. I am not sure if this will run on 12 volt directly. So I have purchased a DC to DC converter, and I'm hoping that I can have this thing. I might just take it out of the package. Wow, that wasn't great. I hope that I can solder this on, put 12 volt in here and get 9 volts out here, and that will be able to power it so that I can put 12 volt onto it and it will still run. A tiny little fancy circuit like that. I'm not entirely sure if it will do that amount of power, but we'll figure that out. Also, I have gotten my fan blower. I was suggested in the comments of a way earlier video to blow air into the bunker. We needed something that didn't use a lot of power but had a decent output, and someone suggested a fan like this, and the one that I was suggested was a fan for a barbecue, and this very much is the same sort of fan for a barbecue. It's not exactly the barbecue fan, but it was close enough. So I'm probably not gonna test it in this video, and I don't. The wires are really thin, but probably it runs. So yeah, just that came in together with the other stuff. So. Okay, first thing first, we need to figure out how to make this come on and off by itself. So I've started taking it apart. It wasn't too difficult. It has a lot of plastic clips here on the side, which for example, this one, there's no way to get to that without just brute force. It has a connection coming in there, so that is okay. So, but we need to go underneath this stuff. We need to go underneath this stuff. So we need to take out some more screws here. And it could be exciting what this will reveal. I don't think it's much in here. There's like a little plexi element here. And then there's an on and off switch. I think it's as simple as that. And I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. A plexi element. It's one of those things that you turn it on and then it becomes warm on one side and cold on the other side. So this comes off. Oh, that's neat. Cool. And then this comes out. Oh yeah, of course there's a fan as well. What is that thing? This could very well be the stupid little thing that turns it on and off. We need to take that circuit board off to figure that out. Otherwise, I think it's mostly power comes in. There's a fan. There's this thing. There's that thing, the plexi element. So there's like, there shouldn't be anything on that thing. So. Oh yeah, of course there's an LED. It lights up nice and blue. Let's see how they do that. So, okay, there's a bit of circuitry here. There, okay. And there's the LEDs all around. Some capacitors, the connections. Oh dear, this has turned out to be way more complicated than I was hoping for. Yeah, first we have first thing I ran into was this sensor here. I wasn't thinking, but that's of course this thing to shut the system off if this container of water is full. So there is a little magnet inside of here that that goes up or down or something. It goes up like that, and it removes the magnet from a little sensor that is on that board. So yeah, that needs to be there. Then this board has a little controller on it, so we can see that here. The button is right there in the middle, and then it has the little controller here, which it has a pin from the button that goes into that little controller, and very conveniently they have removed the model number of that little chip. But if I press it, it becomes really noisy because the fan was at the table, but normally it's very quiet. But there is the thing that if I press the button and hold it, nothing happens. So I can't just press it in and have it do what I need it to do, because it only starts and stops if it gets a press like that, an on-off thing. And yeah, I wasn't prepared of building that, so yeah, I ran into a bit of a hurdle there. How do I do that? Or I'm sure I could find the schematics of doing a press like that, but that was not what I was hoping to do today, so we might not get that far with this, but let's see how we do. Okay, so next little interesting issue, can I power it with this thing? This is a DC to DC converter. What it does, it takes in 12 volt on one side, and then we need to adjust it to 9 volts on the other side. Might be a little bit more than 9 volts. That would be good if we could over voltage it a little bit. There. I am measuring 11.41 volts coming out of it. I will slide the camera up and show you that it's there. So I'll start adjusting that down. Finding my hands again. There, switching hands, and finding the screwdriver, I'll go into the special thing, and doing that, moving that way. Oops. Okay, now it's going down. Now it's less than 9 volts. So let's do something like, let's cheat and measure what comes out of the power supply. So I have the power supply here. This connection into the system is really tough, so let's measure what voltage actually comes out of that power supply. So there we have it. That is 9.38, so we can go a little bit higher than that, I'm sure. So we will go, let's say 9.5 volts. The idea is to make this not have to convert it too much. Yeah. It's close enough. Okay, so now it's giving out the right amount of voltage. Okay, so this is where we have to be careful and put this in, because otherwise it won't work. Or sensor thing. Or I could put a magnet over there. I have connected this. It's connected, and it's connected over here, so I should be able to press the button and see it run if it works. It works. It draws 2 amps up here. So 12 volt, 2 amps. That is about 24 watts. That's dropped a little bit. Oh, it says it right there. It's about 22.4 watts. But weirdly enough, the LEDs does not light up on this. I don't know why. So this thing becomes uncomfortably warm in very short amount of time when it has to pull those 2 amps. And I want to measure how much voltage is actually coming out. I can do that over here. How much voltage are we at? So it's only supplying like 6.6 volts. So my best estimate is that this is too small. Crap. This video is turning out to be quite the disappointment. Seems like I have plenty of these underwhelming
DC to DC converters now. They're taking up a lot of room, so we're gonna put them all in this. I had ordered some of these, and then when I was looking if I had something better, I found the bag of these just sitting around. So I have double ordered these, and now I've went up and ordered some other ones that will do 5 amps instead of 2 amps. So yeah, we are putting them in a little container here so they're out of the way. So next time I'll hopefully remember to look in the little container here before I go shopping for more. Because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. A lot of. So I've just ordered their big brother on AliExpress. It will be here in another month. So the last little part of this project that hasn't gone to crap yet, the humidity sensor here. So yeah, I'm gonna try and power that. The manual is on the back of it, which is very convenient unless you actually mount it, which it is meant to do. So yeah, that's a weird one. I would like to see what's inside of it. It sounds really empty and like it's very big. So if it's just a circuit board and there's nothing here, you could kind of cut this off and you could save a lot of space. But yeah, never mind. We will try and power this, and it needs 12 volts, so we have that. Okay, so it claims that the humidity is about 75.4%. That's a bit much. Let's try and connect this. I'm just gonna connect it to the multimeter because the humidifier can control something that should give out more humidity or something that would give out less humidity. So you can kind of control it to have it come on when it reaches the low point, or if it reaches the high point of the humidity. And it only has 2 buttons, so you do that by pressing the buttons longer. So you can, here we can have the set points. 40% humidity is apparently the lowest. 60, that's not a big variety. 40 or 60 we can set it to. So what does the back say? So I might just need a good picture of this at some point, so I'm just gonna film it so that if I actually mount it, I don't have to dismount it, I can just watch my own video. Convenient. So if I read this right, I have to press the up button to have it to start at a humidity. Okay, I can actually set it, so I'm gonna have it to start at 60. There. So now it's on. How do I test it? How do I drive this up? Humidity is dropping though. I don't measure any voltage coming out, even if it says that. Maybe I should connect these. That would help. So now I do see the voltage coming out of the on the multimeter. That's impossible to see. Yeah, now you can. And the humidity is going down. I think if I use the air gun, the air around it will heat up and the relative humidity should drop. Maybe. It is not really dropping though. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe this is just gonna take a while. Yes, it is dropping. It's even getting close now, so if we hit 60, I was hoping that this would go out and cut power to the, well, that would be the dehumidifier, and it did. And the multimeter also shut off up here, so there's no power coming out. So let's turn off the fan there. I'm sure the humidity will go up again. It's gonna need to cool down a little bit, and then it will go up and turn on. Okay, it could take a while. Okay, it just keeps going down. I came up with another idea. No, you're going the wrong way again. Come on, 60. No. Yes, got you. It went way over now. That's weird. But now it's going down again. We have voltage on the multimeter. So, and it's dropping again, so we might just see it turn off again in just a little bit. This time we can see the multimeter. So it will go out now. It's at 60.1 and there it turned off. Went down to 59.9. I actually think I have some success here. I looked at this, how the things came in, and this little chip here, and I thought maybe it's just an AND OR gate, which is a digital signal thing, because it has this sensor here, that one with the magnet that feels the water, and if that is okay, and if the power press is okay, then it turns on a signal somewhere to turn on the rest of the signal. And I thought, well, that might be an AND OR gate. So I followed the signals going in and out of it, and then there's one coming in here from that sensor going into it, there's one coming from the button and into it, and there's one going from over here and over to this more beefy stuff over there. So I thought, that's the one. So now I had taken a resistor and put that from positive and to that signal over there instead. So now when I turn it on, I start by turning on my power supply, and I'll turn this on. It comes on immediately, which is what we want. It doesn't light up blue though, so I lost that part. But yeah, it comes on and it turns off and it comes on immediately. And if I really want it to light up blue, I can press it and it will light up blue. And I can turn off the light, the blue LEDs again. So yeah, that is a success. That was exactly what I wanted. I didn't think it was gonna be this complicated though. I also took this thing apart the sensor thing to check out how it was inside. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to mess much with it. It is nice that the sensor has a connector in there, but yeah, I don't need the sensor to be well, it's about 1 meter long, I think a few. So I was thinking, now that I have this space in here that is not being used for anything, might put some of this blotchy cable inside of it instead and just let it be out of the way. Now that we need some more of it to be gone. Yeah, a little bit more. And then come out. I think that's good. So let's put this back in. Like that. And that. Let's see if we can manage that. Yep. So now that part isn't as clumsy. I can always pull it out again if I need to. So yeah, there's that. So now the only thing I really need is the power unit for it. I do have a DC to DC converter that would do the trick, but it's rather beefy. I'm sure it could probably fit in here somehow. But it has a nice display. Okay, it would be a hassle to get that in there. Compared to the other one, which is like 1, 2, 3, 1/3 of the space and not as tall, or yeah. So I'm getting some that is a little bit bigger than this and is a bit more than twice the amperage. So we're gonna have to put this on hold until that drops in. But all of this up here, I think we don't have to mess with, so I can put this back in place. I only need the power thing coming out of there to turn it on and off after that. Okay, so I put this part back together now. Should we just make sure that it works? Should just power on when we put this in. It does not. I think I have cables in the way of the fan and that. Back to the drawing board. Okay, we're back. So now we should hear the fan when you turn this on. Yes. And it turns off again. Naturally, that was never the problem. When we remove power, it turns off. When we add power, that was the difficult one. I should probably see if this gets cold. It's actually already cold, so pretty sure this works fine. So I'm not gonna be able to continue this now that I could use 2 of those in parallel, but it becomes a disgusting solution. So yeah, at some point we're gonna continue this, or I'm just gonna finish it without you and just show you the finished result. But I'm thinking about mounting this on the back of this, just around there, and then power comes into this from here, and this is gonna be 12 volt coming in to here and 12 volt going out, and then 12 volt going out into the DC to DC converter and powering this. So that's as simple as it could be, except I don't have this one. If I had this one, it would be pretty easy to continue this now. So I'm gonna screw, tape, glue something this on. It's really ugly, unfortunately. Unfortunately, not many ways to fix that, but yeah, it's not gonna be as good looking as one could have hoped for. So while we wait for the stuff to drop in from China again, I think we are gonna put this. Oh, don't short circuit it, Morten. That's stupid. I think we're gonna. If I power it off, it won't short circuit. That's smart. Good thinking. I think we will put it back together-ish. Maybe I shouldn't do that. It was very difficult to take this plastic thing apart. I might break it next time, so yeah, I'll have a good think about that. So we didn't get as far as I was hoping for. Okay, to be honest, we actually got a bit further than it looked like at some point. It looked like it was going to be only this thing working. Now this thing is working as I want it as well. So now we just need the power for it, the 12 to 9 volt converter thingy. I know in the comments you will suggest that I should try this on 12 volt. It might work, it might kill it, but it would definitely be more noisy. So if I want to be in the bunker together with it, I think 9 volts is fine. And I have seen that it works perfectly well. It's able to dehumidify the bunker. So yeah, I would like it to run off of 9 volts. That is apparently a good operating voltage for it. Okay, so from the dark side, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. All of these parts, I'll be linking them in the description if you want to go check them out. It's affiliate links, so I'll make a small fortune if you go buy something there, just mentioning it. So yeah, have a nice day. Bye bye.